I going to cook today? Sharonia K, are you ready? Let's go do this.
Hi everyone. So, with everything that's going on in the country, a lot of people, they are saying that it's best if you grow your own vegetables, your own fruit, because, prices are going to get very high where fruits and vegetable will become scarce. And if you can go to Home Depot and buy your seeds and your plant and make yourself a garden, then if the world or if America does come to that point, then at least you can survive off your garden. So today I'm going to interview my cousin Racquel, and she loves to garden. She is unbelievable. And you're looking now, during this interview, you're just going to see the fruits and veggies that she grows in her garden at her home. So hi Racquel, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good, thank you. So tell me, where did your love of gardening begin, and who introduced you to gardening?
I think gardening stems from my grandmom and my dad. They were the ones who originally introduced me to gardening. And I didn't fall into the love of it until I got older, in my 20s. Not in my teens, but in my 20s, I'd say.
Would you say gardening is another form of relaxation for you?
Gardening is therapy for me. And it's cheaper because I'm not paying for it.
So now we're going to talk planting seeds. How long have you been gardening, and did you start it because of what might happen in the world?
No, not at all. I just like, as I said, it's therapeutic for me, and I just like sowing seeds and reaping from what I sow. And as I said, my grandmom and dad introduced it to me years ago, and just something I like having my own fruits, being able to go outside and pick my own fruits off whatever little plants I have, whether it be bell peppers or tomatoes. I like the idea of that.
So Racquel, tell us some of the fruits that you have in your garden. But before you go there, where would you advise people to go and buy their seeds and fruits for planting? And what kind of soil could, just a suggestion?
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because I do not have my personal backyard as at this point. I'm still working on that. So everything I do, everything I plant, they're in pots, small and big pots. I have trees, I have mango trees in pots. But to answer your question, I'd say Home Depot is always a good start. Some things in Home Depot is pricey, but there's Home Depot, Walmart have trees. You can start with little suckers, they call them mini trees. So Home Depot, Walmart, Farmers Market, that's a good place to start too for some of those things.
And what's the best soil to use? Is there a specific soil that will help the growth of these fruits and veggies?
I like Miracle Grow, and as I said, they're in pots. It has to be potting soil, not garden soil. There is a difference, because the potting soil is lighter, where the plant can actually breed because they're in pots, while garden soil, the soil is heavier.
Okay, so tell us all the fruits and vegetables that you're growing in your garden.
In my garden right now, I have a lot of herbs.
And while Racquel is speaking, I'm showing you all the fruits and vegetables that's personally in her garden. So while she's speaking, we're going to show you the slide of how beautiful she's building her garden. So sorry for interrupting. Go again. What are the fruits and veggies?
So right now, if I start with the veggies, I have a lot of herbs: basil, oregano, parsley, cilantro, you name it, onion, thyme, lemon thyme, lemon balm. As for the fruits, which tomatoes considered a fruit, I have tomatoes.
Isn't that something that some countries says it's a fruit, and some will say it's a vegetable? So I wonder what's the difference? Is there a difference?
Yeah, I can't recall, but I think they said tomato, a fruit grows on a tree. So that's why it's more considered a fruit. Because cucumber is not considered a fruit, but tomato is, because cucumber is grown on a vine.
Okay. And what are some of the fruits you have growing?
So right now I have tomatoes, I have plums, I have I do not have any mangoes.
What about strawberry?
I have strawberries where I pick strawberries every morning. Not in the bulk like I would like to, because as I said again, it's my personal little thing that I have in pots. But yes, I pick almost strawberry almost every morning. I have pomegranate, which in Jamaica we used to call punganut.
Oh, okay, nice.
Right, so I have pomegranate, strawberries, as I said. I have June plum, mango. I have all these trees. They're not producing right now. At least not the June plum, not the mango. The pomegranate is producing. I have Jamaican, I have Barbados cherry, which produces, which in Jamaica we call it just cherry. But since I came here, I realized it's actually Barbados cherry, which is fine.
What kind of juices or what juice have you made with the fruits from your own garden?
Well, I've made strawberry mint because I have mint galore.
Wow.
So many mints, and I at first I had just the mint we grew in Jamaica. I think it's called Colin mint, but then I have the other mint that's grown here, which is orange mint, peppermint, sweet mint, and there's a chocolate mint too.
Nice. That is so nice. Chocolate milk mint. So can you make like hot coffee? Not hot coffee, like chocolate coffee, like hot chocolate with this mint?
I'm not sure. I put a piece in it when I make hot chocolate, I said, but you would have to have a lot of it to boil and get the texture to taste the chocolate effect.
Wow. So you hear that? I mean, Racquel, she is prepared. Can you do potatoes? Do you have potatoes?
I do have sweet potatoes growing in a green stalk container of mine that goes really high up. So I do have sweet potatoes. That's really easy. Sweet potatoes or potatoes in general. Once it's old and it's getting some vine, just grab it and stick it in the ground.
Wow. What about spinach or broccoli or carrots?
I am so excited. This year, for the first year, I'm growing broccoli, and I've picked broccoli before, and now it's shooting up more broccoli, more of the broccoli head itself.
Wow. So Racquel, for people who are thinking of gardening, is there a program that you could direct them to watch, or anything on YouTube or any magazine or book to look into to get an idea to start gardening?
They could, but my thing is YouTube. I went to YouTube and I observe all these different gardeners and take a little from here, a little from there, and that's why I get my own thing going.
If you had to give a suggestion on a fruit or vegetable to start out with, because if you're not a professional gardener like you are, my cousin, what is something that someone who wants to try gardening to see if they can do it? What's an easy fruit or vegetable for them to try gardening to begin with?
I'd say tomatoes and herbs.
Tomatoes and herbs.
Tomatoes and herbs.
And do you cook with your tomatoes and herbs and bell peppers?
All the time. Even I grow a lot of jalapeno peppers, which my son likes spice. So my older son always goes out and, Mom, I'm picking some jalapeno from the tree.
So while we wrap up this interview, the other question I have for you is, when it comes to fruit and vegetables, you have insects, rodents, things like that. Is there something that you put on your fruits and vegetable to preserve them from getting eaten or bitten by these rodents?
I actually purchased this mesh cloth from Amazon, or this, I'm not sure if Home Depot, but Amazon usually, this mesh. Right, and it covers them, protects them from that. Okay, and thank you everyone for listening. So that was Racquel, the gardener, my cousin. I'm so proud of her. And as you said, meanwhile we're doing our interview, you see all her fruits and vegetable that she's planted on her own. And it's important, it's major that we get something started, because we don't know where the country is going, what's going on in this world. And if for any reason we should have another shutdown like we did in COVID, it's good to know that you can go out in the safety of your own yard to pick your fruits and vegetable. And anything else, just get your water and your canned foods and you'll be fine. So thank you so much, Racquel, for talking to me. And is there anything else you would like to say to a potential gardener? Gardening is fun. It is fun. It's therapeutic, and watching your own reaping what you sow is such a beautiful feeling. Whether it's just small, whether it's a big fruit or just herbs or little stuff that you can plant and use in your dishes, in your soups, all these things. It's fun. I enjoy it.
Thank you, Racquel, so much for talking to me. And everyone, please like, share, subscribe. And if you want to hear more from Racquel, my cousin, on gardening, please let me know in the comments. Again, thank you for watching and thank you for listening. This is Sharona K, #ThisIsMe.